Hi everyone, it's May 22nd, 2010. I'm Dwight Schmuck. This is the Schmuck Look. First off, I want to make a couple of apologies to some new subscribers. Usually I write to you or at least mention you on the show here, and off the top of my head here, and because I'm a lousy note taker, I don't have your names right in front of me, and I've just had a really crappy couple of weeks, and it culminated with a specialist doctor's visit on Thursday, who pretty much said not only is my back not going to get better, there's absolutely nothing they can do for me. Oh joy. I kind of knew that going in. So yesterday was, kind of a crappy day, and today emotionally I'm up and down, and while I'm up I thought I'd bring you this. Because, it's been a pretty good week for the old boys at BP. Not only have they failed to cap that damned ruptured well, but they've lied to us over and over again. First off, how many barrels a day are spewing out of this vent? Second, how many barrels a day they were trying to capture. Well, they were trying to capture a lot. They reported they were capturing some, and it turns out they were capturing very little. Yeah. And, the government watchdog and all the appointed agencies don't really mean a good goddamn in this thing, does it? Because the government and the big oil companies have been in each other's pockets, and therefore ours, for a long time now. Did anybody think it was really going to change overnight? Does anybody really think that? And that brings me to this point. And this is the big thing on the Schmuck Look today, is the Texas schools to get controversial syllabus. They're going to start teaching in Texas that, well, maybe the founding fathers didn't really intend a complete separation of church and state. Oh, yeah, really. And, taxation can lead to bad economy and, yada, yada, yada. In other words, the free market is God, and you can't regulate or tax these guys because, well, they're self-regulating, i.e. BP, and, taxing is wrong. That's just redistributing wealth to those who so obviously don't deserve any of it, which, folks, would be, you and me. But let's get right down to this thing about didn't really intend a separation of church and state. If they didn't intend it, why did they say it and put it in writing? Oh, that doesn't matter now, does it? Because of that liberal bias in education that you're so fond of spewing. And what gets me, folks, what really gets to me is because Texas has 5 million students, the book companies are not just going to print 5 million of these books. They're going to print 50, 60, 80 million, and states like Vermont and New Hampshire and Idaho, where there's not so many students, well, they'll get those books. You want to see where the dumbing down of America is? Look at your schools. There it is. I rest my case. I really do. The schools are being dumbed down on purpose. And in this case, it's because of the religious right. They're going to next have intelligent design. I guarantee you that'll be in the textbook next. T is for Texas. And in this case, T is also for Taliban. And we have the same kind of people trying to take over. The religious. So right. I'm telling you, it's a bad day. It really, really is a bad day. They're going to put this stuff in the textbooks. These kids are going to grow up thinking this is truth. Oh my goodness. Prepare yourselves, people. Hey, I'm 60 years old. I'll be a doddering old fool before it comes to fruition. You guys, not so much. I want you to think about that this whole weekend. Okay? Just think about that. You're young yet. and your luck just changed for the worse. T is for Texas. T is for Taliban. Religiosity, sometimes. Well, you teach the kids the wrong things, and all of a sudden you can't teach them this, and well, that leads to you can't teach these students anything. The girls in Pakistan and Afghanistan not being allowed to go to school because horror of horrors, they're girls. Yeah, equality, people, fairness, justice, truth. Yeah. T is for Texas. It's also for truth. Who's going to win this time? I'm Dwight Schmuck. That's today's Schmuck Look. Peace, everyone.